Hi everyone, welcome to my second video about my rock collection. Today what I'm going to do is do a feature about some of the igneous rocks I have. Now the first thing you need to know about igneous rocks is they can be split into two categories. That's intrusive and extrusive. Now intrusive refers to rocks that have cooled from magma below the Earth's surface. Sometimes they're also called plutonic rocks, and these include things like granite and gabbro. Whereas extrusive rocks or volcanic rocks have cooled above the Earth's surface, so that might be on land or on the ocean floor. And examples of extrusive rocks are basalt and andesite, and also things like pumice. So yeah, why don't we have a look at some of my rocks now? So what I have here are some examples of volcanic rocks from Mount Vesuvius in Italy. So Mount Vesuvius generally has quite explosive eruptions. They're described as Plinian eruptions after Pliny the Younger, who's a historian who made observations about the famous eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD that destroyed the city of Pompeii. So yeah, Mount Vesuvius typically has andesitic lavas, which are characteristic of very explosive eruptions. Andesite generally forms very light coloured rocks like this one here, and it has lots of these pale coloured minerals of plagioclase feldspar, and also some darker minerals which could be biotite or hornblende. And all these rocks are examples of these volcanic rocks from Vesuvius. This one's slightly different again. As you can see, it's got a lot of holes in which are called vesicles. It's very sharp. It's got a very sharp abrasive texture, and it's also got these little black crystals called phenocrysts. Now they could be hornblende or they could be biotite. If you hold them up to the light, they're very sparkly. So yeah. Andesitic lavas from Mount Vesuvius. Let's have a look at this one quick as well. You can see it's got a lot of these vesicles in these holes. That suggests that this lava cooled very rapidly at the Earth's surface. And this one has some crystals in as well, these black crystals. So yeah, those are my andesitic rocks from Vesuvius. Now what I have back here is Neapolitan yellow tuff from Italy. Neapolitan, like the ice cream, means it's from Naples. Now tuff is a rock that's formed a bit differently to those lavas. It's actually from lithified pyroclastic material, so things like ash, another material that comes out of the volcano, that's sort of rained down as sediment and lithified into this rock called tuff. And obviously these features you can see here, they're not natural features. This is some offcut from a drill core. So these a cylindrical shaped core had been drilled out of this rock. And this is from a project I was working on a couple of years ago called Investigating Seismic Waves in Volcanic Rocks Under Pressure. So that was cool. Yeah, so Neapolitan yellow tuff. So now why don't we move over here and I'll show you some gabbro from the Isle of Arran, which is in Scotland. Now so gabbro is an example of an intrusive rock, whereas the lavas we just looked at were extrusive rocks. I'll just remind you, intrusive means that the magma would have cooled below the Earth's surface. So another example of an intrusive rock is granite. Granite contains quartz and feldspar, whereas gabbro doesn't have any quartz in it. It's just made up of this pale plagioclase feldspar and these darker clinopyroxene crystals. There might be some olivine in there as well. We won't be able to tell without a thin section. But yeah, if I hold it up to the light, we might be able to see some of the minerals glinting. So yeah, that's my gabbro from the Isle of Arran. So this is a pumice stone, and this is from Eifel in Germany. I didn't collect it myself, it was given to me. But pumice is another example of a volcanic rock, but it's not formed from cooling lava. This would have cooled very rapidly in the air from ash that was ejected from a very violently erupting volcano, and it cooled rapidly, and so this rock is very porous. It's got lots of holes in it, and it's very light. Pumice is actually the only rock that floats on water. Perhaps I'll do a demonstration of that in a second if you don't believe me. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is demonstrate that pumice does indeed float on water. I've got a glass of water here, so I'll just put it in. And yeah, hooray! It works! I'd have felt a bit stupid if it hadn't floated on water. Okay, that concludes the video today on my igneous rocks. I hope you've enjoyed it and maybe you've learned something too. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!